What's up, you bunch of idiots? Once again, it's me, Melvin P. Thurgood the Third. I almost said Johnathan. Oh yeah, I miss him. I was thinking about him. He was on my brain. Hey, Flip, I found those gummies. Tasty. And welcome to From the Front Row. If you don't know what this show is and you're new here, this is a weekly episode recapping all the events in WPA from the previous week. We're in our 4th season now. We also give explanations for some things that you might not understand. In case you're about as dumb as saying lion succubus. As for that. We start the night off with our first scheduled match, which was supposed to be the Investor versus Hakeo Jason Shepard. But of course, the Investor couldn't invest in a ride to the ring and didn't show up. So Hakeo was afforded the luxury of sitting down at the announce table and translating what was going on for our Asian audience. Well, I didn't want to assume he was Japanese or Chinese, so I just said Asian. I mean, I heard he speaks multiple languages. I heard he's very bilingual. Now, our second match was scheduled to be the Emperor 2K Anomaly versus Wolf Knight. And once again, no show. Wolf Knight was there. Wolf Knight was afforded the luxury also of sitting down on commentary. I don't know, something about Peter or some shit. I don't know. But hey, they made a good announce team. The banter back and forth between the two, even though they didn't know what each other was saying, was very intriguing indeed. As for that. Now, the Wraith took on Captain Mexico, and both of them showed up and showed out. But in the end, Captain Mexico was able to defeat the Wraith, who was #1 contender to the IC title. Now, speaking of #1 contenders, the Red Death, who is the #1 contender to the world title, took on the hardest man to beat, the toughest SOB in WPA, the sponsored athlete, J. Lamasters. Yes, we're going to say that just like that from now on, because that's how we see it. J. Lamasters. I like to see another video with those. Those videos are always funny when they say his name. And like, just looking around. Then all of a sudden, Jayla Masters. Yeah, Jayla Masters. Definitely Jayla Masters. I was in one of those. It was fun. But Jayla Masters picked up the win, defeating Red Death. Which brings in the question. We've had 2 #1 contenders fall. One to Cat in Mexico, one to the sponsored athlete. A good story would say, throw them in the match, make it a triple threat match on both hands. But with Tag Team Turmoil coming up, don't have to worry about that. Everybody's going to be busy. They'll be too tired by then. Now, the match that I was almost made me yeet myself was Matt Blakely versus Super Champion King as they fought all over the arena to a time limit draw. It was a banger. I mean, who knew the Super Champion King still had it like that? Hey, Matt Blakely ain't no slouch either. I mean, he is a tag team champion. Now he's gonna have a long reign. Now, after that, we had the Pinnacle of Humanity, Adrian Christopher versus the badass Eddie Vendetti. And the Pinnacle pinned the badass. Can't be that much of a badass if you get pinned by a Pinnacle. Yeah. Hey, but you know what, though? I will say, no disrespect to the badass. He is our first contest winner, so he's not stupid. This wasn't his night. Now, the Brasso was pinned by the man nobody wants to get pinned by, Kwani Fist. I mean, hey, you know what? I tell you what, I'd hate to get pinned by that guy. Could you imagine if he pinned, like, say, like, oh, I don't know, Jermaine Walker or some shit? That'd be funny as hell. Oh, wait. He did pin Jermaine Walker. As for Dodd, he pinned him. 1, 2, yeet. I love my job. In our number one contender match to determine who would go on to face the triple threat champion, it was the Blueprint Jackson Aries taking on the Messiah and Bobby Blaze, the greatest champion in the galaxy, in the universe even. That's why he didn't get pinned by the Messiah. Messiah did pin Blueprint Jackson Aries, who has not been locked in since the departure of what was her name? Sludge. The normal? I don't know. Not important. He lost though. In match 2, it was Martel the Carpenter taking on Polish Power because Casper 2779 guys couldn't be bothered to show up. And of course, Martel the Carpenter was pinned by Polish Power. Now, in our number one contender match for the WPA Tag Team Championships, Hardcore Country picked up the win when they both pinned James Altrez. Yes, it took both of them to pin James Altrez because he was putting up a fight. I mean, if his partner had actually showed up and not gave him a proverbial fuck you, I think they would have been going for the tag team championships. They probably might have won. It's for that. But yeah, it took both members from Hardcore Country to pin him because one could not hold his ass down. Nope. He was fighting. I mean, he kicked out like at least 7 times before they both just jumped on top of him and held him down. I think they even had to hold some tights too. Say what you want about James Altrez, but shit, that guy is tough. Salute. Eat. Now, in our triple threat championship match, Big Mel took on the Dark Stalker and the Street Fight King. And surprisingly, the Dark Stalker didn't get pinned, but the Street Fight King did by Big Mel, who successfully defended his title on his first defense. And our Trios Championship, the Order, the Beast, the Master, and the notorious JP DiMaggio, representing the Order, took on the Idol Steve Sampson, South Bronx Savage, and Cats and Corey, and picked up the win when the Beast pinned the Idol. He must have thought it was a beer, as he held on tight. And our television championship, Money took on Cloudy Diggs, and they fought to a draw. Meaning, Money retained his title. I mean, he's just pretty much an interim champion anyway. I mean, he wasn't even supposed to be there. But hey, you make the most of the opportunities you're given, and boom, boom. Oh, who did he beat anyway? Oh yeah, I know who he beat. He beat the Succubus. Oh boy, what an idiot. Okay. In our United States Championship, the First Lady Alexa Leslie took on Lady Assassin, who is the First Lady of WPA. Not in name, not in title, it's fact. But they put on a nice match. But in the end, Lady Assassin defeated the First Lady Alexa Leslie to become the United States Champion. That's for that. What? Why do I keep saying he lies? Did you not see the video? Here, let me recap that for you. Melvin, how'd you enjoy that beating? Look what I'm doing to your glasses. Snap. Which is weird because my glasses are already broken. They've been broken for like 4 years. How the hell did you break? If those were my glasses and you struggle to break broken glasses, then there's no wonder why your dumbass put up a title and vacated it when you were challenged by the god. Dipshit. Lion succubus. And then you still didn't beat him anyway. And then he challenged you, that insult to injury, he challenged you to a game changer match for his game changer title, and he beat you. Thank you. Now, this week matches have been going on, and we did notice a little weirdness. We had to check with the admin about this, because we see Captain Mexico's name on there twice. I'm going to say he's fighting the Lion Succubus. Flip thinks he's facing Casper 2779. We don't know. But Brasso is taking on the Emperor 2K Anomalium and the Investor. One of them will show up. Johnny Rocco versus the badass Eddie Von Deddy. Ooh. That's going to be a match. We're going to watch that match. I might even get some popcorn. Martel the Carpenter will be taking on newcomer RPM. Yeah, I wonder if that's my cousin. I don't think it's initial. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Bobby Blaze, the greatest champion in all the universes put together, is taking on Money MF and Mike. If he shows up. The Blueprint, Jackson Aries, will be taking on the sponsored athlete, J. La Masters. Cats and Coy versus Nergigante. David the Beast Smith will be taking on the Brain. You know, they could form a team. And Pinky and the Brain, one's dumb anyway, with a gap between his teeth. Perfect. The Dork Stalker will take on the South Bronx Savage. And a number one contender match to see who's the better challenger. It'll be Red Death taking on the Wraith. And if not to be topped, we'll have a champion versus champion challenge as Jermaine Walker, the world champ, takes on the IC champ, the master Sean Puff. KO Jason Shepard takes on Cloudy Diggs and the Street Fight King in match 1 of the WPA Triple Threat Championship #1 contender match. Match 2 will see the Super Champion King versus the man nobody wants to be pinned by, Quantifist versus the Idol, Steve Sampson. And a #1 contender match to determine who will be the next challenger for the television championship. We have James Outrash taking on the pinnacle of humanity, Adrian Christopher. I think he was given that match because he got cheated out of his other. I think that's fair. And our tag team championship, The Order. Mac Blakely and the First Lady Alexa Leslie, fresh off of a loss of her United States Championship, will be taking on Hardcore Country, Joey Revolver and Chase Revolver. Big Mel will be on his second title defense, defending against the Messiah and Polish Power. Money will take on Wolf Knight, who has returned and claimed his #1 contendership and will get it And in our United States Championship match in her first defense, Lady Assassin will take on a notorious JP DiMaggio and Fat Thomas. Wow. What a hell of a first match. Whoever put those shits together needs to pat themselves on the back, except for one little thing. And yeah, you know. Stay tuned. Philip will be coming up to announce who his pick of the week was. Me, I'm going to eat some Sour Patch Oreo cookies. Because I can. What? Yes, they're a thing. Look. Sour Patch Oreo cookies. They're quite tasty. Mmm. Mmm. Don't forget, Tag Team Terminal will be starting soon. Like next week. Make sure to get in touch with your partners this week so they know who you are. Until then, I'm Melvin P. Thurgood III. Fuck you, lion succubus. Hey, Flip. Should my lips be numb? I don't know. I feel like my lips are numb. What flavor was those gummies?
Hello, WPA. Once again, it is me, Philip Alexander Kennington IV. And I'm here once again to divulge to you, commoners, my pick of the week in WPA. This week, we take an historic figure who overcame unsurmountable odds and became a champion. I speak, of course, of the one, the only Lady Assassin, who historically is the First Lady of WPA. You can't fight history. That's already been done. Now, she defeated a very tough champion in the First Lady Alexa Leslie after being called out and challenged. First Lady has quite a pedigree of championships. She's almost a belt collector. She's pretty much, you might say, almost a Grand Slam champion, if not already. I don't keep track of those things. So for Lady Assassin, to a very slim moment's notice, take on a match and pin the United States champion, and once again be able to call herself champion, is remarkable. And I was very impressed by it. which is why she's my pick of the week. Now, I know some of you may be saying, what happened to that top 10 list? You know what? It's not important. Wouldn't want to hurt someone's feelings. But I will put one out when I feel like it. But until then, WPA, I bid you good day. I said good day.